Hi guys, it's time for us to take the informational and expository writing skills we've been working on and apply that to our blog. So this assignment is about your third blog post. If you go to Schoology and go to our green Unit 2 folder and scroll to the very bottom, you'll find the information on this assignment. In selecting a topic, I want you to think of something that really fascinates you. Maybe it's something you know a lot about that you think others don't, or maybe it's something that you don't know much about yet, but you think you'd like to know more about. You're going to do a little bit of research for this blog post, not a lot, but a little, so I want it to be something that really interests you. You can choose almost any topic whatsoever, except if it's a topic that you have already written about sometime this year for this class. So I do want you to branch out to something that you are not yet familiar with or that you haven't yet written a lot about. So if you've written a lot about survival, choose something different. If you've written a lot about sports, choose something different. Go a different direction than what you've already done. I'm going to review a few of these blog post expectations just so I make sure that we know exactly what the requirements are for this activity, because there is a piece of our blog post grading element that I haven't yet applied to you guys, but I will be doing starting with this blog post. So to start off, let's take a look at what the standard expectations are for every single blog post we do. So these are things that you have already seen a couple times this year, and these are also available on Google Classroom. They're also attached to this assignment in Schoology. These are the standard expectations for every single blog post. So since it's been a while, as a quick reminder, every blog post should have an engaging title, something that would draw readers in but also connects to the content of your blog post. Every post should focus on one topic. That doesn't mean you can't go into related subtopics. It just shouldn't jump all over the place from one topic to a totally unrelated one. It should include at least 2 paragraphs, but it can be longer, and each paragraph should be at least 5 complete sentences, but preferably in the neighborhood of 7 or 8 complete sentences since we're in 7th grade. Each paragraph should have its own unique subtopic related again to the larger general topic of the post. This requirement is one that I think some of us forget sometimes, that you absolutely can put your writing personality into this blog post. Your blog should sound like you, as long as it still sounds professional. So find a way to be clever and funny and entertaining in a professional way. Please do that. It makes you have a better time when you're writing it, and it makes your readers have a better time when they're reading it. There are at least 2 pieces of dynamic content required for each blog post. That means 2 pictures, or a picture and a video, or a video and a graph, or whatever the case may be, but you have to have at least 2 pieces of embedded dynamic content to support the post that you're writing about. And this down here, this is the part that we haven't really graded much on yet this year, but will, starting with this blog post and every blog post hereafter. This is the one that talks about creating your works cited section for your blog post, as well as in-text citations. Since you are going to be doing a little bit of outside research to write about a topic for this post, you will have at least 2 pieces or 2 outside sources that you're citing. You can cite more, but have to have at least 2. And I do want you to use MyBib to create those works cited citations and provide a works cited section at the bottom of your post. Of course, if you embed a quotation anywhere in the post, or if you summarize or paraphrase information from another source, then you need to also provide in-text citations. So this is something that we've all practiced at this point many times, and so it's going to be an expectation for this post and every post hereafter. So when you look back at Schoology and you see the blog post expectations, all of them are ones that are actually expectations we've had the whole time. So this post must be research-based, it must include a works cited section, and have appropriate paragraph and sentence length and dynamic content. When you are completely done with your third blog post, and we're going to look back at Blogger together here in a second as a brief refresher, when you're completely done, return to this Schoology assignment, and over here where I have nothing, you should have something that says Submit Assignment. And I want you to click that and go to the Create tab and just write me a little sentence that basically says, I'm ready to have my third blog post graded. You do not need to submit your blog link again. I have all of those, but you do need to submit the assignment so it cues me to go in and grade your third blog post. This time, I will only be grading blog posts for students who have completed that step. So if you haven't notified me in Schoology that you're ready to have your post graded, I will assume it doesn't exist and I will not grade it. So make sure that you don't forget that step. I'm going to come back to this screen here in a moment to tell you what to do when you're completely done with everything, but let's take a look together real quick at Blogger and how to actually create a post as a quick refresher. When you go to blogger.com, this is the dashboard that you should see. Over here should be the name of your blog. If you have multiple blogs, you can click this drop-down arrow and go to the one that we're using for this class, but this is where your blog title will be, and this is where all of your previous post titles will be as well. From here, you will click the orange New Post button, and this is where you'll actually draft your blog post. As a quick reminder, up here where it says post title, this is where you should put your dynamic and engaging title. You should put it at the top instead of in the body of the actual blog, because this area is what the website reads as the title. It's what it'll format into the heading or title formatting that you've chosen for your blog. Down here, it reads this as just part of the body. So don't worry about putting your title down here. Put it up top here. Make sure you have, again, at least 2 complete paragraphs or more, at least 2 pieces of dynamic content. And as a reminder, this area is how you will embed things like videos and images and whatnot for that dynamic content. And don't forget that you do need a works cited section at the bottom of this post. Once you feel like your post is completely done, a very, very important step is to click this orange Publish button. You can click Preview and see what it would look like when you do publish. You can click Save and come back to this repeatedly, but until you click that orange Publish button, this does not exist online. So if you don't click the orange Publish button, but you tell me to go grade your third blog post, and I do and it's not there, I'll have nothing to grade. So make sure that you hit that button, and then it takes you back to your dashboard and it lets you know that your post is ready to be viewed by the internet. So let me know if you have any questions about that process, and once you've completely published your third blog post, it's time to head back to Schoology. And again, in Schoology, you'll just click Submit Assignment, and you'll say to me, hey, my third blog post is ready to be graded. You'll submit, and then with any class time you have remaining, I want you to visit other students' blogs. You can find those links here, embedded in this link in Schoology, or you can always find them all the time on our Cyclones ELA Google Classroom. When you do click that link, you'll see just dozens and dozens and dozens of blog links for everybody on our team. I encourage you, of course, to go and read your friends' blogs and comment on your friends' blogs, but I also encourage you to pick people who you don't really know that well yet, because reading their blogs and reading how they write is a really great way to get to know them. So that's your third blog post assignment. It is due by Monday, December the 9th, published and ready to be graded by that date, so let me know if you have any questions.